The construction mafia is wreaking havoc everywhere. In Cape Town, the city wants police intelligence units to investigate extortionists tormenting its housing projects. The city says the mafia is even targeting workers at sites. Let's discuss this now with Human Settlements MMC Malusi Booi. Mr. Booi, good morning and thank you very much for your time. A very worrying story that we're speaking of the construction mafias. As we spoke a bit earlier to the Western Cape Property Development Forum, particularly Mr. Dion van Zyl, he was quite meticulous in his assessment of the cause of the problem, which he says is the shrinking construction sector due to government's underspending, which has then led to economic desperation. Your views on just the statement of what really is at the heart of what we're seeing in the form of construction mafias now?
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. I think we cannot abdicate the issue of criminality only to the shrinking of our fiscal. I mean, the issue of fiscal, we've known about it, we are aware of it, but we cannot now start only blaming that for the acts of criminality. We must condemn all acts of criminality within our sector and other sectors because it is not the way we should go as society. We should look at the challenges that are confronting us in a more organized manner, and through that we must be law-abiding citizens. We have seen a mushrooming of intimidation and such extortion with people who purport themselves to be subcontractors, some of them to be business forums, some project steering committees, etc., across the city. And this kind of behavior is quite new. It has come in the recent past, but we're trying our level best to make sure that we deal with it and confront it head on.
How are you dealing it head on? Are you getting perhaps security at some of the government's projects, that your projects are now heavily guarded, or what exactly are you doing to stop this?
We're enhancing our security on our projects, making sure that we get private security to safeguard our projects, but also over and above that, we're getting our law enforcement officers to assist us to be visible on our projects. And we have also asked on our 6-point plan on dealing with the matter, we have asked for South African Police Service to come on board because they have the ability and the capability to dive into more intelligence, and also they have a better delegation than our law enforcement officers within to be able to go further and utilize their capabilities and their resources. Hence, we're happy to realize that even the presidency understands that police stations within the poor areas are under-resourced, and we are calling on Minister Bekele to resource those police stations so that those police stations within the poor areas are able to deal with such acts of criminality. We are able to bring those who are acting wrongly to book.
Some could easily assume that bringing in the police at some of these sites would be some sort of an interim resolution to the problem, but there needs to perhaps be a broader conversation or consultation with these mafias who sometimes call themselves forums. Some of them are saying, like you say, that they're subcontractors, they're legitimate forums. So is there perhaps another conversation taking place, perhaps at a political level, to try and establish what exactly are the issues and can you meet each other somewhere?
From a political stance, we are engaging with the different structures, particularly at the high levels of police within the province, but also we coming up with a turnaround strategy and for the entire city. So also our officials. So there is a turnaround strategy that we will not be able to divulge at this point because it's highly confidential, but there's great work that is happening behind the scenes to make sure that the stability in the city and the stability on our construction site. Remember, some of these extortions, they started when people were being extorted at their homes for people to guard their homes, and some people would say, whilst you are at work, we can guard your home and you must pay us so much. But what we are doing now, we're having a comprehensive strategy on how we're going to confront it. So we're working 24/7 with our law enforcement team to make sure that we bring stability to the city, and we are certain that we're going to win and there will be stability. We will deliver projects. Like today, we're delivering a project in Khayelitsha because we want stability. Last night, I was in Makassar. We want all those projects, and we're calling upon community members to come and safeguard, because some of these individuals, they come from within those communities. So we're calling on communities to come on board and safeguard their projects, because these projects, they will benefit the poor, those that are vulnerable in their communities, and those people who have been waiting for far too long on our waiting list. So it's time for our communities to stand up and work with us as a city of Cape Town.
Are the construction mafias predominantly targeting public sector projects or even private ones?
What we have realized is that it's on both. Hence, we are calling on also the activation of our citizens to say, let us stand up, because these individuals, they come from these communities. So we understand that they're also targeting private development. So we're calling on everybody, on all the stakeholders, to come and join hands together for us to eliminate this, to curb this cancer that is trying to mushroom within our city, so that it's something of the past, so that those that are waiting for their housing opportunities, or those that are waiting for their opportunities in different sectors, are able to see the delivery that we have earmarked as a city of Cape Town and as a city of hope.
Mr. Booi, we appreciate your time this morning. That was Cape Town Human Settlements member of the Mayoral Committee, Malusi Booi. More news on the other side of this break. Do stay with us.